Hello friends. So today we will discuss one very important operator which is known as like operator. So the like operator is used in a where clause to search for a specified pattern in a column. So for example, where finds exact match. But what if we need to find something using a partial match? So in that case basically we can use like in SQL. So let's see. The like operator is used in a where clause to search for a specified pattern in a column. So there are two wildcards often used in conjunction with the like operators. So a wildcard character is used to basically substitute one or more character in a string. And majorly there are two wildcards, percent and underscore. The percent represents 0, 1 or multiple characters. And basically it means variable length. And the underscore represents one single character. And this is the syntax. We can use select, then we can specify the column names whichever we want, and then from, then name of the table, then where, and then column name like, and then we will use pattern. So we will see this in SQL Management Studio. So there are basically SQL partial match using like with keywords. There are three use cases: SQL partial match, the percent wildcard, SQL partial match, the underscore wildcard, SQL partial match, in which we will combine both percent and underscore. So first we will discuss SQL percent wildcard. So the percent wildcard can be used when we are not sure how many characters will be part of a match. In the example that we will discuss now, we will notice that what happens when we use only this wildcard with like in SQL. So there are certain use cases that we will discuss today, and one of them is this select. Then there are ID and name in this particular table, in which we want name like this. So as I mentioned, percent is a wildcard character which is used to for one, two, or multiple characters. So let's move into directly SQL Management Studio. So to understand this like function, we have created one table named animals, and this is how we have created the table. Create table. Then I have given the name of the table as animals, and then there are two columns that I have created in this: ID and name. ID is int and the name is variable character. So this is how I have created the table, and then I have inserted the values in this table. So I have given total 22 values, 21, yeah. So I have given 21 values here, and this is how I have given the values. One important thing here is in 16th and 17th row, although we have given elephant only, but there is a difference. In 16th row, the elephant is just a single character string, but in 17th row there are two double spaces, so every space is a character in SQL. So 16 and 17 are not same, although we will see that elephant is coming, but there is a difference because each space represents a character in SQL. So if we execute this query, although this is the table that we are seeing right now as well as, so this is the table that we will try to understand for our like operator. So let's first see SQL percent match with the percent wildcard. So there are two columns, and wish to find both the columns. There are ID, then name, from animals, where name like percent. So percent basically, as I mentioned, it used to refer to one, two, or multiple characters. So when we are not sure that how many characters are there, we use percent wildcard. So if I execute this query, you will get the entire column, entire table. You can see the entire table is coming because we are not sure how many characters are there, it is giving me all the values in the final result set. But in case I want to find a pattern where the value is starting with G, then I will use like function like this. Till name, the SQL statement will remain same for all the cases that we will discuss right now. Select ID, comma, name from, then name of the table, which is animals, where clause, name like. So I'm using G and then I'm writing percent. This means the word should start with G, or the string should start with G, but after G there can be one character, there can be two character, or more than two. It's unbounded. We can't say कि G के बाद सिर्फ एक character होना चाहिए. If I'm using percent, this means there can be any number of characters after G. So if I execute this query, it is just saying कि it should start with G, but G के बाद कितने character होने चाहिए, that's not defined. It can have any number of characters. So if I execute this query, I'm getting only one row or one record in the final result set, which is generic, which is coming at ID number 20. So this is I'm getting in the final result set. Now, in the second use case, I'm interested to find all the strings which are ending with G. Now, I'm not interested कि G से पहले कितने characters हैं. Since I'm not sure how many characters are there before G, I'm using percent because I'm not sure. There can be one character, there can be two, there can be three, or there can be any number of characters. But I just want that should end with G. So I'm using the like pattern this way, where I'm writing percent %G enclosed in single quotes. So if I execute this query, I will get all the strings where the name is ending with G. I'm not sure कि जो name मेरे आ रहे हैं उनमें initial characters कितने हैं, because percent means anything. So if I execute this query, I will get these 4 records in the final result set: frog, dog, hedgehog, hog. You can see that all are ending with G. But G से पहले there can be 3 characters, like in the frog. Dog में D, O, there are 2 characters. There are multiple characters in hedgehog. Then again there are 2 characters in hog. So basically I am getting all those all those value, all those name in the final result set which are ending with G. Now there is one more use case where I am interested to see G anywhere in between. So I will write the like statement this way: percent %G percent. So this means G should come anywhere in between. So you can see in all these cases G is coming, and this is my final result set. So I hope this particular percent wildcard is clear to you. Now we will discuss underscore wildcard. So these are queries that we have already discussed in SQL Management Studio. Here name will start with G in the final result set. Here name will end with G in the final result set, and here G will be coming anywhere between, or ending with G, starting with G, anything like this. Now we will discuss the underscore wildcard. So the underscore wildcard represents a single character for each underscore. In this SQL partial match, it can replace any character at all, but each underscore is limited to one character. So I hope the definition is self-explanatory, but here it means it can replace any character at all, but each underscore is limited to one character. For example, if I am saying like in single quotes G underscore, that means in the final result set only that those names should come in which there are only one character after G. For example, let's take example जहाँ पे दो character हो सकते हैं. So I have written in the query in enclosed in single quotes G underscore underscore. So if I see the final output, I will get only goat, because there are two characters after G. So you will get more clarity once we will start discussing the queries. So one query can be like this: select ID comma name from animals where name like. In the single quotes I am writing only one underscore. So like in previous case where we were discussing percent wildcard, we used 1%, and in the final result set we get all the column in final result set as it is, because percent is not of fixed length, that's of variable length, and that means that can contains one, two, or more than two characters. But here I will get only those names which are having only one word, and since there is no name which is having one word, so I will get nothing in the final result set. Now if I use 5 underscore, so in this second SQL statement I have used 5 underscores, so I will get all the names which are having 5 characters. Now if I write query like this, where name like LIO and one underscore, that means LIO से start होना चाहिए मेरा name, and it should end with one character. So you will find in the final result set we will get lion, because that is only name in our table which is starting with LIO and having one character after it. Similarly, if we write the query like this, name like P underscore MA, that means name is starting with P and ending with M and A, and in between there can be one character. So you will see there is only one name like this, which is Puma. So we will get that in the final result set. So let's understand these in query form. So this is the first case that we are discussing, where we are saying select ID comma name from animals where name like. In the single quotes we are having only one underscore. So if I execute this query, I will get only ID name, but no records are there, because there is no name which is having only one character, because underscore represents fixed length, and if I am using one underscore, that means only one character, and there is no name in our table which is having only one character. Now here I am using 5 characters, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this means I will get all those names where there are 5 characters in the name. So let's execute this query, and you will see 4 records are coming, because these are only there are only 4 records in the name column which are having 5 characters. One is panda, second is sheep, camel, and lemur. So these are the 4 records which are satisfying this particular condition. So although this is SQL is case sensitive, still we try to follow the same nomenclature, so that we use it in a standardized way. So although if you write it in capital or small, that will make no difference, but since we have capital N in our initial table, we will write capital N only here. So this is third query that we will discuss. So here name like LIO underscore, so that means starting with LIO and ending with only one character. So if I execute this query, you will get only one row, which is lion, because there is no other string which is starting with LIO and ending with one more character. There is only one character, which is lion. And this is last case, where I am saying I need ID name from this table where name like P underscore MA. This means starting with P, ending with M and A, and in between having only one character. So if I execute this query, I will get Pima. Now if I for example, here I am having only one underscore. If I make 2 underscore here and now execute this query, you will see we will get nothing in the final result set, because there is no no string which is having two characters after P and ending with M and MA. So we will get nothing in the final result set. So this is basically what we mean about the underscore wildcard. Now we will try to understand the cases where we can combine these percent and underscore. So we can also use a combination of underscore and percent wildcard for SQL pattern matching. So this is the query that we will try to execute. Select ID comma name from this table where name like percent HO then underscore and enclosed in single quotes. So this basically mean in between there is HO से पहले there can be one, two or multiple character, but after HO there should be only one character because I am using only single underscore. So let's execute this query. So I have written this query. So this is the query. Select ID name from animals where name is like this. This means HO से पहले there can be any number of character, 1, 2 or more than 2. But after HO there is only one character that we need because I am using underscore, which means underscore is on one underscore means one character. So if I execute this query, I will get only two records, hedgehog and hawk. So you can see they are starting with H and in between also there is one H O, and after HO there is only one character you can note. HO के बाद इसमें G है and even this contains HO के बाद G. So this is basically how you can combine both the two wildcards. I hope this is crystal clear to you. Now, using like in SQL in other statements. So far we have discussed using like in SQL only in select statement. But this operator can be used in other statements as well, such as update or delete. So as you will see now, the syntax is quite similar. So this is how, for example, we have a table in which there are 21 records and I want to update some particular column value with a new value. Then this is how I will write. Update table set column 1 equal to new value, the new value that I want, where column 2 like pattern. So and similarly we can modify, which is delete. So we can delete as well as delete from table where column like and pattern. So we will see this in the example itself. So if I write this query, select star from animals, then this is the table. Now I want to replace this, I want to update this table and set name as tiger where name like percent key percent. So if you analyze this name column carefully, you will find there is only one name, which is monkey, which is having key in between. So monkey is coming at the 12th row. So I want to update this particular table and set the name as tiger where name like percent key percent. Basically meaning जहाँ पे बीच में की आ रहा है मेरा, वहाँ पे मुझे नेम को टाइगर एज अ टाइगर रिप्लेस करना है. So just observe this because we will see after executing this query whether this is getting changed or not. So right now we are getting on record number 12 as monkey. So let's execute this query. So this is completed and now we will see on 12th record we are getting tiger now. So that means our query is executed and we have updated the table. Similarly, we can delete as well as using this. So we will delete this particular value only, name only, so that we get clarity. So this is how I will write: delete from animals where name like in single underscore single quotes t percent, that means starting with t, and because we are using percent, that means after t there can be one, two, or more than two characters. So if I execute this query, the query is executed, and now I will select star from animals. So you can see the 12th ID is deleted, which was initially monkey, and then we changed to tiger, and now we have deleted. So that particular record is deleted in the final result set. So we can use update and delete as well as for like function, like operator. So that was all for like operators, and we have discussed three use cases: wildcard, percent, then underscore, and then how we can combine both percent and underscore. And now we also try to understand that we can use like in SQL in other statements as well as like update and delete. So this is a table that is useful to understand. So if I'm using this pattern, a percent in enclosed in single quotes, that means match string that starts with a. If I'm using percent a enclosed in single quotes, match string ends with a. If I'm using a percent t, match string that contains start with a and ends with t. So like this, you can understand all these patterns and what's their meaning. For underscore, we mean a fixed length. So if I'm using one underscore, that means if I'm for example I've written underscore a percent. So match string that contains a at the second position. If I have written percent a, that would have means it is starting with, it is ending with a. But if I am writing underscore, that means सिंगल कैरेक्टर, दैट मीन्स ए से पहले सिंगल कैरेक्टर आएगा, और ए से पहले अगर सिंगल कैरेक्टर आएगा तो दैट मीन्स ए सेकेंड पोजिशन पे आ रहा है. In the last case, I am using a and two underscore and then percent. So match string that it starts with a and contains at least two more character. So that's the meaning of this particular pattern. So that was all for like operator. I hope you find the video useful and get the clarity how we can use like operator and what's their utility. So we will meet you now in the next video. Thank you.